Hello. So, I replaced the smaller tweeter with the long tweeter. Whoop, whoop, whoop. And at first I thought, well, it doesn't sound much better. And the biggest problem with long tweeters is that you have to be somewhere around the middle of the tweeter to have it work correctly. So often you see, let's say, a tweeter like this in a open baffle planar magnetic thingy, let's say this size, which makes it possible to be in the middle compared to the longer one without it having to be very long. But then if you're slightly off, that becomes more of a problem than if you're slightly off of this longer one. Now they are raised by an old speaker I made, but the middle is somewhere here, so that's still far under where my ears are, at least. I don't know how long you are or how big you are when sitting on a couch, but I think it will be somewhere here, like 90 centimeters thingy. So yeah, you can get away with a smaller tweeter, but then the window of it working nicely is very small. But in the end, they should be much taller. Taller than this. But they're already pretty tall. But I tried all kinds of weird thingies today. Today was my dig around day, which I really love because it has been a while since I did that. So what I did here, I stuffed it with some, what is it? Glass fiber damping crap. Now that ain't nice, but I want to know what happened in the response. And there isn't much happening in the response except for distortion. And I had it like crossed at 30 hertz or something. Just to not like load the driver with 20 hertz. Because I used the Linkwitz transform, also a thing I wanted to try, that boosts the low end from 60 or something down to 30 or 25, but it's like a massive 20 dB boost. And I don't need these drivers to produce 20 hertz or 25 hertz because there's not enough surface area to do so. So I put a 48 dB octave filter in there to save the drivers. And then I measured it with the crap behind it and without the crap behind it. And then the resonance in the piece it was playing with the filter in there, the third harmonics dropped quite a bit. So that's quite interesting. Now I do not know if the open baffle, that is a figure of 8 dipole in dispersion normally, so a circle here and a circle on the back, and they should be even. Now I added these wings on the back to make the panel a little bit stiffer, and as well it's used as feet, but like these. Whoop. These make it a little bit less of a perfect dipole, but more a cardiac. But mine are really small, so I don't think it does that much. But so that's one, and adding the damping might as well do the same, kind of. So make it more of a cardiac kind of speaker. And if I really want to know if it's still a perfect dipole, I should measure dispersion, and then I should flip around the loudspeaker and do the same, or put it on a rotating table, which I don't have. Yeah, so that's an option. By the way, the tweeters, if you cross them with 24 dB per octave, they can play down to 200, 220 hertz. 200, well, resonance is at 170, so should be possible. But right now they're crossed second order at 350 or something. Then the woofers take over. Yeah, and then I thought, well, hey, I still have one of my dual membrane thingies, and I want to try a H-frame, because the H-frame should drop the resonance as well, which is a problem in this kind of loudspeaker because two membranes gives a higher resonance. So if I can lower the resonance just by adding a few pieces of wood, which make them pretty ugly to be fair, but now the response did not change all that much, and the resonance only dropped like 2.5 or 3 hertz, which is, yeah, not a lot to be fair. But what is interesting is that the output raised almost 3.7 dB, which is, well, that's quite decent, I think. So that could be cool, maybe for a sub or something, I don't know. I mean, they're very inefficient, so if, let's say, if they're like 78, a 3.5 dB win is quite a lot. But yeah, it's not like I have ideas to do this, but it's good to know that you can get this much more output. I mean, you could make a very long sub panel kind of thing for another planar with this method, I think. Now there's a lot of wasted material here, which is yeah, too bad. So if the foil can be held by a far smaller piece of material, it would make this shrink, which would look much nicer, because now they're pretty wide. But yeah. So it dropped a few hertz and also increased output at that frequency as well. So sort of double win. What else did I try today? I think that's it. The open battle ones, I'm not sure yet. Sometimes I'm listening to music and I think, what the fuck, this sounds awesome, and sometimes I think, there is something in the lower vocal range that I do not like, but the woofers are not playing all that much in the lower end, so it might be my room itself. Might need to swap the room, so put the speakers there, which is quite of a hassle, and the cat doesn't like changes. Or I should measure them outside, see what's happening. Then again, I think these are quite hard to measure this close up in a room, so outside might be better. And I'm afraid they still need to be much longer to have a more stable measurement and stable image as well. Then you also need more room to measure them. That's kind of a problem, maybe. Well, anyhow, fun playing around. Ooh, there's one thing I wanted to try. The panels have a tendency to warp, although this one is straight, so that's not a good example. These are pretty warped. So I thought I might try, just for fun and giggles, attach it here, attach it at the bottom side, and put a block behind in the middle, having it being warped, so you have less of a problem where there is top end and where there is not. Might try that. It will look like really silly, but why not? You can always try, I mean, as long as I do not destroy it. But yeah, these woofers are pretty fun, to be fair. If I find out what this dip is, dip and peak, so it might just be my reflection, I don't know. Maybe someone knows. I'll look at the data sheet, see if it's there as well. See ya.